Hello and welcome to today's session. The topic of our paper today is British Poetry and Drama from 14th to 17th centuries. I'm Dr. Zohra Iqbal from the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. The topic today is we are going to look into the salient features of the age of Chaucer. This age was an age of transition. We will look into the following salient aspects of the age of Chaucer. It was an era of transition. There was the growth of nationalism. People were suffering from Black Death, famine, and social unrest. Corruption of the church was rampant, and also reformation took place in this era. The dawn of learning is also attributed to this age. In the era of transition from medieval to modern, this was a slow process. We will look into the four categories: social, political, religious, and literary. Chaucer was born in a tumultuous period of social, religious, and political changes. The spirit and romantic idealism was at its climax. But the change from medieval to modern, as I said, was imperceptible. Yet, England was characteristically medieval. The strange amalgamation of love, war, and religion reached perhaps its fullest development. If we look into the social aspects, feudalism, chivalry, all were gone. Political, there was upheaval here in England as well as in France. Chaucer had the good fortune of serving three kings. When he was alive, three kings changed. Monarchy was at its best. In the field of religion, we have the church and we have a number of instances of corruption from the clergy. People were getting against them, and therefore we have the Reformation in this age. In the literary field, we have a number of changes. Literature changed from oral to written. Before this, none of the writers could write their names. Most of the works were anonymous. They were published like this. Focus shifted from the text to the reader. Reader was given more importance than the writer. Value of self-expression and originality are upgraded here. They were upheld here. English established as literary language by adapting, translating, imitating Greek and Latin text. The next point is about the growth of nationalism. This age was remarkable for the growth of national spirit. There was a striking awareness of unity of customs, temperaments, and language. The East Midland speech became the language of the capital and universities. This credit goes to Chaucer to bring up the standard of English and especially to use the East Midland speech, and therefore he is called as the father of English literature. He brought this standard of English to this level so that it can be used by writers. Before this was the age of anonymity. No writer could write his name on the work that he created, but from here this age began. French and English amalgamated to form the standard English. This age was also marked by natural calamities, especially Black Death that occurred in 1348 and 49 AD. It was followed by famine. People suffered a lot. 1/3 of the population of England was wiped out. This age was also of social unrest. Peasants' revolt was one of them. Labor became unsatisfied with their salary. Efforts were made to keep the laborers under control with the help of legislation. The problem of the people was enhanced because of the French wars, which cost them heavily. Conflicts between King Richard and his subject resulted in endless discord and confusion. Therefore, we see a number of things faced by the people altogether. Black Death, I've mentioned, famine, and also peasants' revolt. Other than this, the laborers were also dissatisfied. The clergy started living the ways of the world. Corruption and superstition became rampant. Many social evils came in the church, and there was a need to reform it. Many reformation movements came up, and John Wycliffe's name is the first to be taken. He was the morning star of Reformation. He was not just the one, but there were so many others who challenged the authority of the clergies and the church. Lollard movement was started by him. This was the first opposition to Catholicism. As we were speaking about the Reformation in the church, one thing which came to light was English version of the Bible. This was very important revolution. As till today, Latin and French translations were available This was the first time it was written in English. People, commoners, could read the Bible and follow it. Pilgrimages became very common. We require this point because later we have Canterbury Tales written by Chaucer, and this is about the pilgrimage. Religious reformers, they started opposing the clergy. We have instances of this in the Canterbury Tales. Also, the authority of the church which was being opposed by the people, as I mentioned the Lollard movement already. To conclude the era of transition, the dawn of new learning is the last point, and here we can include the study of literature of classical antiquity. In the age of Chaucer, the medieval habits and traditions were still in practice. Study of literature of classical antiquity, we have the morals followed from the ancient Greece and Rome. Their works were influenced by humanism. We have the rise of humanism in this age. Sense of beauty and delight overtook the people. They started writing about themselves for themselves. Morals, ideas and secular spirits, they were prevalent in the society. People loved ancient Greek philosophers and their philosophy. So, we have already discussed the points about the age of transition. During this age, England passed through the journey of medievalism and came to the beginning of the modern era. It was the world of medieval, also the world of coming of Renaissance, which excited the new ideas. We have Chaucer after this on the forefront of literary writers. His time is 1340 to 1400 AD, and born in England, now his resting place is also in England. This is the end of the session. Thank you so much.